Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode, I'm going to be recapping the Fugitive Doctor Adventures releases from 2025. But before I do that, I'm recording this episode on the 17th of February 2026. This episode isn't going to be certainly not as long as the 11th Doctor Chronicles recap of over just about 40 minutes long. Because we've only got two box sets to talk about, because that's all the Fugitive Doctor box sets that have been released as of time of and announced as of time of recording. But I will talk about the future of the Fugitive Doctor and Big Finish at the end of the episode as well. So we're starting off with the Fugitive Doctor Most Wanted, which was released in January 2025 with the following synopsis. So we haven't got a synopsis for the box set, but we've got synopsis for each story. So we start off with Fast Times, written by Robert Valentine. When the mysterious division tries to arrest their equally mysterious agent, the Doctor, she evades capture and heads out in search of answers. But trouble is never far behind. Captured by bounty hunters and imprisoned in a maximum security Hulk ship, the Doctor is about to learn there's no time to stand still when you're a fugitive, and time's about to get very fast indeed. We then have The Legend of Baba Yaga, written by Rashana Patel. On the run from the Time Lords, and in serious need of help, the Doctor heads for 17th century Russia in search of the legendary wish of Slavic folklore Baba Yaga. But while trying to gain assistance from this powerful entity, the Doctor finds herself embroiled in events for the most famous of Baba Yaga's tales, where she tries to help a beautiful young woman called Volsia retrieve a burning ember to save her family from the bitter Russian winter. What is real and what is fantasy, and will the Doctor be able to tell the difference in time? We then have The Dimension of Lost Times, written by Lisa McMullen. Fleeing Cosmo through the vortex, the TARDIS gets sucked down a temporal plug hole, and the Doctor emerges into a weird landscape, finding other lost souls in the form of mountaineer George Mallory and scavenger Athea. The Doctor soon stumbles across a more surprising denizen of this strange dimension herself. With Cosmo still in pursuit and memory-stealing winds threaten to wipe her mind for good, the Doctor senses a complex trap in action. But whose trap is it, and how can she possibly escape? This set was recorded on the 4th night and 11th of January 2023, so there was a 2-year gap between recording and releasing. I think there was some rights things with the current era or something, which was why that was the case. And this box set includes Joe Martin as the Fugitive Doctor, Alex Krieg as Cosmogon, and Nicholas Briggs as the Daleks. But before I do spoil the events of the Fugitive Doctor Most Wanted, here's the trailer.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Fugitive Doctor, Most Wanted.
Let's take it from the top. I think perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm the Doctor.
You are no physician. Even your name is a lie.
I've lived a very long time, not necessarily in the right order.
She must be brought in. Now. Before she decides to run.
And basically, I know far more than anybody should.
Division must not be compromised.
I was an operative for the most powerful organization in the universe.
All hail Division!
My own people are after me, and I don't know why.
My name's Cosmogon.
She must not be allowed to remember.
Not until we know what she knows.
I've got a trace on your TARDIS, Doctor. Fly as fast as you like. I can follow you to the far end of the vortex and back.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm about to begin a game of time tag. Ever played that?
They found me and they're in pursuit.
Oh, Baba Yaga! We are delighted to meet you.
I will devour you.
An endlessly spinning hut stood on giant hen's legs.
You are the Doctor! You are the enemy of the Daleks!
I'm trying to break the time vortex.
Cool. Time and space apart just to escape me.
Hello, me. Hello, Doctor.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for the Fugitive Doctor Most Wanted, and kind of this set kind of contains the middle story isn't particularly my favourite, as we talked about in previous episodes, kind of being a historical story. Kind of it wasn't my favourite. I did prefer Fast Times by Robert Valentine and Dimension of Lost Things by Lisa McMullen. But choosing between those two is basically impossible because they're both great. Fast Times kind of reintroduces the Fugitive Doctor and introduces her Big Finish era and what that's going to look like with her not having her memory intact. So she is as clueless as we are into what her life was like as the Fugitive Doctor. Then the Dimension of Lost Things kind of introduces kind of Joe Martin playing against herself because there's basically a future and past Fugitive Doctors in it, so it kind of is a new take on the multi-Doctor story, which is great. But yeah, kind of, and we have Cosmo in this as well, played by Alice Krieg, who actually appears in the next set as well, which I'll get to in a second. Yeah, we just I just got a message that will require my attention at some point. But yeah, but yeah, kind of really good box set to kick off the Fugitive Doctor's era at Big Finish. Now we move on to the second set of the Fugitive Doctor Adventures, which was also released in 2025, titled Dead or Alive, which was released in July 2025 and kind of picks up where Most Wanted left off. And we've got, again, 3 stories in the set, which are Flying Solo by Jitinder Singh Har, which reads as follows. Pilot Officer Mahinder Singh Johal is a RAF pilot on a sortie during World War II, following a close encounter with a flying blue telephone box. His Spitfire vanishes. The Doctor, whose TARDIS is out of control, follows a blast from a time disruptor. Should be keeping a low profile, but with to hinder lost in time and space, she has to help bring him home. We then have the Junkyard Loop, written by Aaron Douglas. The Doctor, pursued as ever by Cosmogon, crash lands the TARDIS on an off-grid junk planet littered with the remains of time machines from 1,000 civilizations. After being saved from the indigenous time frost parasites by Solidus, an old companion on Marine, the Doctor must come up with a plan to save them both, but a sinister division commander has tracked our heroes, and not even Cosmogon can stand between him and his desire to unlock the Doctor's memory and obtain the secrets within. We then finish with Hereafter, written by Tim Foley. Cosmo has finally captured the Doctor, but they're stranded together on a planet thanks to unusual psychic force field grounding her ship. Tracing its source, they find a settlement that's preparing for a festival in honour of their queen in the mountain. When Cosmo is captured, the Doctor must decide whether to help her capture, especially now she's discovered, thanks to local woman Herma, that the queen and her minions are vampires. This set was recorded on the 16th, 18th and 30th of January 2023, so quite close after Most Wanted was recorded, and stars Joe Martin as the Fugitive Doctor and Alice Krieg as Cosmogon. That's kind of it for the main cast. So before I do spoil the Fugitive Doctor Dead or Alive, here's the trailer.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Fugitive Doctor, Dead or Alive.
I am the Doctor.
I am invoking the Blue Box Protocol. Over.
I'm a traveller through time and space.
It's not an ordinary cloud. It's glowing.
And I'm going to get you home.
Hello? Is that Pilot Officer Mahinder Singh Johal?
Where am I? When am I?
I wanted an adventure. I wanted to fly.
It means that he could be anywhere in time and space, in a plane full of TARDIS energy.
What is this? This voice from beyond? Are you some kind of oracle of the gods?
You abandoned me!
Can't be. Sir Dennis?
You're saying you finally come to rescue me.
Consider this the end of the line.
They will never stop coming for us.
Kill them!
This is a time traveler's graveyard.
Division knows everything.
Congratulations! This time you're gonna kill us both!
Division is the law!
I've been feeling it for a while now. A foreboding, a psychic deterrent.
Tangled in our web.
Like a strangeness, a darkness.
There is an emptiness inside you.
Something ancient is stirring.
Surely you have no wish to run forever.
Time's up, Doctor.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
that was the trailer for The Fugitive Doctor, Dead or Alive, and all the stories of this set are really good. I kind of enjoyed them all, but if I was to pick kind of my least favourite, I think it would probably be Flying Solo, written by Chahinder Singh but the Junkyard Loop, written by Aaron Douglas and Hereafter by Tim Foley, are brilliant, as is Flying Solo actually. But Junkyard Loop, we meet kind of one of the Fugitive Doctor's companions. Now, we have been led to believe that the Fugitive Doctor was very much a lone wolf and never had companions. Obviously, that story kind of proves that otherwise, but is it interesting to see what the Fugitive Doctor would be like with a companion, and this companion kind of has lost trust in the Doctor after she accidentally didn't come back to save her. But obviously her memory's been playing up, so it's got something to do with that. And then Hereafter by Tim Foley, kind of is the finale of the kind of Most Wanted and Dead or Alive are kind of like two parts to the same story. Kind of it leads to kind of Cosmo chasing the Doctor, and then obviously the Fugitive Doctor, and then kind of getting her wish at the end of the Junkyard Loop into Hereafter, but they end up on the same world, and kind of Cosmo and the Doctor kind of become maybe more allies than enemies. So it kind of leads on to the next part of the Fugitive Doctor's story at Big Finish, which we don't actually know if or when there will be more Fugitive Doctor stories in the Fugitive Doctor range, but the Fugitive Doctor will return in not so long at all in the first episode of Rutans vs Sontaran's Betrayal at the House of Santar, which has been announced will release on the 2nd of April 2026 to coincide with what would have been the 100th birthday of the creator of the Sontarans. And that has the following synopsis. There are many stories of the Sontaran Rutan War, but one hidden thread is yet to be revealed, a tale told across millennia from before the war to its possible end, as the Doctor is about to discover. On the run from the mysterious organisation called Division, the Doctor has come to the planet Sontar, home of the Kavatech Empire and their armed forces. The Sontarans, she wants sanctuary, and she's offering the secrets of the Time Lords in exchange, but with the whole of time and space up for grabs, the stakes are high. Can everyone on Sontar be trusted? This episode was recorded on the 24th of September 2025, so a lot closer to nowadays, rather than kind of the first two sets of the Fugitive Doctor series. So it's kind of interesting, and I did notice that kind of having a new series Doctor in these kind of mini-series is something that we don't get much of, because obviously kind of the main new series Doctors 9 to 13, only 9 and 13 are doing a regular Big Finish work, because David Tennant seems to be way too busy, and Matt Smith similar, and Peter Capaldi I think doesn't want to do Big Finish at the moment, so kind of there isn't as many opportunities for new series Doctors to be featured in miniseries like this. So it is nice that we have got it in the form of Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor, and I don't think that'll be the only Fugitive Doctor release from Big Finish in 2026, because we also have Circuit Breaker, which Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor will be front and centre, and we just don't have any details on that as of yet. It might be announced after this episode of Rutans vs Sontarans is released, who knows. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, I've stopped trying to guess what Big Finish are up to. So let me know what you thought of the Fugitive Doctor Adventures releases from 2025. So if you're planning to listen to Rutans vs Sontaran's Betrayal at the House of Santar when it is released on the 2nd of April 2026. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.